Hello everyone and welcome to the Evercraft server. My name is Seth and I am the host. This is a server that is my forever world. Me and my friends will be playing on this server the rest of our lives and it's just never going to go away. In this video I'm going to show you everything that I've built, and in the next video I'm going to show you everything that my friends have built. As you can see on the left side of the screen there, we have officially survived 1,000 days in our Minecraft survival world. Now before the video gets started, I would just like to show you here that cheats are turned off. This is a vanilla survival world. No mods, no anything. We got a texture pack turned on, but it's optional. You don't even have to use it. We're going to start the video here at the world spawn. This is where you spawn when you come into the world. You spawn here on a sword in the stone. And you see these banners, that is the Evercraft Village banner. This here is the Evercraft Village. You can see a bit of foreshadowing with my tower up there. So let's just get started and see where it goes. Let's start this where I started after spawn. I walked down here to this beach. I jumped in the water over here where this river is, and I started right here in my little hobbit hole, my little humble hobbit hole. This is where I started this entire world, and I will leave it for the entirety of the world. This right here was my first farm I had. I had a bunch of little chickens trapped in here. My first tree I grew, I couldn't bring myself to cut it down. Yeah. Let's get going. So we come into the hobbit hole here. I know the outside's not the best. It is something I need to finish, but this is my common area. I don't know what happened to my sandstone that goes right there. Hold up. And as you could probably see from that, I am recording this on my phone. I usually play on my Xbox, but I don't have the software to record this video on my Xbox, so I am recording it on my phone. I do apologize if the sound quality or video quality suffers for that reason. But anyway, this is my main hub right here. This is where I do everything. As you can see, we got a project board here where I intend to build a castle. I got to decorate farms. Like my raid farm, I want to build a ghast farm. I'm not going to read every single one of them, but you can pause the video and look and read them all if you would like. The color-coded ones tell you which area they're for. Everything that's not colored falls for this purple sign and is in the Evercraft Village. The things in green are in my secondary area called the Industrial District, but we will get to that later. So, basic little storage room. If you're wondering what is down here, it is just a bulk storage room for junk items. That's all it is. So if we get going down here, I love my dog, Shadow, quite beautiful. So if we get going down here to the right directly, we have an enchantment area. And then if we just go through here, we're in my bedroom. This is real simple. I barely ever use this thing, but that is my bedroom at the moment. Eventually, when we build the castle, that's going to be my house, but I haven't got that far. So we got regular animal farms. Come down here. Regular food farms. As you can see, I haven't really been farming in a minute, but we do have them. Shout out to XRPMX13, one of my favorite YouTubers growing up. And then if we continue down this hallway, we have a chicken farm, and I swear every time I come out here, this minecart's broken. I don't know why. Every time. It's never where it's supposed to be. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, we got a chicken farm. Got an entrance to our mine. Nothing really exciting down there, just a ravine cave system. Then we got more farms, melon and pumpkin, stuff for potions, honey stuff. As you can see, got some stuff in the chest here. And then my cactus farm. So yeah, this is my starter house essentially, all in all. Nothing too fancy, but it has got me through. So, let's leave the starter house. And let's move on to the next thing we worked on, which was the fish farm. Which if you come right up here on top of the hobbit hole, we have a little automatic fish farm here. Got some drops. I think I keep my pole in this chest. Yes, I do. Alright. Well, let's continue right on along here into the next thing in the world, which was the bridge. I might revamp this bridge one day, but for now it's pretty cool looking with the banners on it. On to the next, which is the lighthouse and mega super smelter. I guess it's not that mega, it's kind of small, but a super smelter and a lighthouse. So, got a super smelter here, and then walk up here and, you know, got your usual lighthouse. We'll get to that nether portal here eventually. As you can see, we got some docks that go down the extent of this this here island. And yes, my Evercraft village is on an island. And then we'll move down into the first real big technical farm I built in the world. My iron farm. So this is an iron farm and villager trader. It technically is not done. I still need to get 3 villagers into there and then replace these 2 nincompoops that don't do anything. But that's a future me issue. If you're wondering what this redstone contraption here is, it's a duper. Yeah, I dupe some stuff. It happens. At least it's not creative. As you can see, iron farm working. I'm gonna have to empty it again soon. This game's pretty full. But then, as we come on down here, we come back towards spawn. Have a little pull-in in the boat dock for little personal boats. Here soon I'm going to build actual ships out here. It's going to look really cool. I already showed you guys the stables, and then there's the next most important building in the entire area. The Mender. So this is the Mender. Ton of bottle of XP. Ended up trading bottle of experience from one of the villagers, and then that duper that you guys saw in there, I duped up a bunch of bottles of experience. And we use this to mend. So, yeah, it's probably one of the most important buildings in all of Evercraft Village. Moving swiftly on, we got the community housing area, which is right here. Just a bunch of little houses with another little dock. Got a beacon here in almost the center of town. This eventually is going to be a fountain. It's going to be a really cool fountain where the beacon goes through the center. Then, as I showed earlier, we got our wagon and our wagon house. Pretty cool little builds here, if I do say so myself. Mia's here. But yeah, we put a bunch of time and energy into building these. And I think they turned out looking pretty good. I can't get down the ladder. Alright, moving on. We're actually going to go to the most recent thing that I have built on the world. I'm still working on it, as you can see. This stone up here, I know it looks ugly, but just live with me here. It's going to be a really cool custom tree that's going to look like a weeping willow. It's going to look really cool when it's all done. But all it is you have your statues here. You come on down, and then it is just an entrance to a, I guess, community mine shaft, you could say. Alright, down at the bottom here. And as you can see, like I said, it is just a community mine. Alright, back up to the top. I'm going to cut it so this doesn't take 2 minutes. Alright, so back up at the top here. Basically, like I said, it's just a community mine. It's going to have a really cool custom tree. It's going to look sick when it's all said and done. This is my friendly guest, Dave. Say hi, Dave. Alright, continuing on, we got community animal farms. The ones in my house are mine, not for the community. This is for the community. One of my friends thought it would be funny to put a Jeb sheep in here. I'm going to prank him back. He's going to say how funny it really is. Moving swiftly on, we have one of my favorite buildings in all of Evercraft Village. We have the map room. The map room is just a 3x3 map of Evercraft Village. This is the entire village I've been showing you. The hobbit hole that we started in was right there. That's the super smelter, the iron farm, the stables, spawn, the wagon, the living areas, the beacon, and then the mine we were just at, the farm, and then that building right there is the map room that we are in currently. Alright, time to move on, because looking at the map there, we actually missed something. So, running back over here real quick, my bad for missing it. If you come down this little lane right here, we have another house. Now, this house may look fairly insignificant. There's nothing real special on the inside, but it's a water wheel house. So, that's pretty awesome in my opinion. Yeah. And we'll just move around here so you can see the inside real quick. I have Susie in this house. Yeah, I just kind of trap my dogs in all the houses. Nothing real fancy, pretty basic house. But let's get a move on. We got a lot of things to show in this tour. Alright. The next thing, I guess, is this big opening here. We haven't finished it yet, but this is where Town Hall is going to be. The center of town. It's going to be a big town hall. You'll probably see it in my We Survived 2000 Days video, which, yes, I'm going to do a 2000 Days video. Now, this may look like a prison, but I assure you, it is not. We're going to have a jail somewhere else. I haven't built the jail yet, but it is something I'm going to build somewhere else. This is actually a logging compound. Yeah. Got all the different woods in here. Got a crane. Yeah. Functionality, 0. But aesthetic, pretty good. Same thing here. We got just like a bit of a rocky little shoreline here. Nothing real fancy. But yeah. That is most of the lower village done. Let's start moving up to the upper village, which is less done. So if you come over here in front of the iron farm, I have a little dirt bridge. Keep in mind, this will be a real bridge eventually, but this little dirt bridge leads up our pathway here. Keep in mind, I will be terraforming all of this, but the pathway leads to this little area here. There's probably going to be a house of some sort in this area here. I'm just not quite sure what exactly. Oof, these split controls on the phone are rough. But anyways, the path's going to wrap through this little hole in the mountain here, and around the mountain. As you can see like all of Evercraft Village from up here. Oh, I'm actually going to have to pull off something cool to... I didn't think I was going to be able to pull that off on my phone, but I did. Let's go. And that pathway wraps around to up here. Now, up here is the middle of 2 mountains, as you can see. Mountain 1, Mountain 2. Mountain 2 has my tower. Mountain 1 will have my castle on it eventually. I just haven't built the castle quite yet. Now, I'm thinking that there will be like a house of some sort here. I might actually put the jail there. I'm not 100%. But then pathway will walk up here. I'm going to put something here. I'm not 100% quite yet. And then I'm going to have a spiral staircase going up there to the castle. I've got down there flattened out. I'm going to put buildings down there. And if I come up here, you can see, so down there is where I walked up and around the mountain. So if you see, if I had walked up and around up here, I actually have this area back here all flattened out for things to go. I'm going to put a house there, and I'm going to put a house in that little curve in the mountain there. Now, I know you guys have seen it the entire video and are probably wondering, what is this gigantic thing? This is my mage tower. It's probably the biggest thing I've built in the world so far, and probably the thing I'm the most proud of in the world. It is big and it is epic. So yeah, that is it. You can see my nether portal little crystal thing hanging off the side. Pretty epic if you do ask me. Look at that. That's just beautiful right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so if we fly over here, this big flat area where this beacon is, like I said, where I am going to be putting my castle. That'll probably be the star of the show in my 2000 days video, but unfortunately right now all it is just a big flat area. Now, quickly moving on, in this main area here, before we go to the nether, if we continue on down here, we have my beach that I've been mining sand out of forever, and my villager breeder. So this is my breeder. This is where I get all the villagers for, you know, anything I need villagers for. And then between my villager breeder and the spawn village, there's this little dirt thing out here in the middle of the ocean. Eventually, I'm going to have aqueducts going all the way from the spawn village over there to this. But I don't at the moment. Now, I'm going to cut the video here so that this getting down here doesn't take 10 minutes. Alrighty, we're at the bottom here. And don't let the minecart confuse you. That's just something to AFK in. This is a triple mob spawner. So right there, we have a, which one is that? We have a skeleton spawner. Down this way, we have a spider spawner. It's actually a cave spider spawner to be specific. And then here we have a zombie spawner. As you can see, they're all just set up for drops. They're not XP farms. Actually, I want to see something. If I get this achievement here, this will prove that this is a survival world. I know it's a small thing. I technically already proved it, but multiple levels of proof are always nice. But yeah, this is a triple spawner that I have set up that it's basically just for drops. So I never really need to build a mob farm. And how I found it was I was going through this mine shaft over here. I was just traveling through a mine shaft, and I found the skelly spawner, then I found the spider spawner, then I found the zombie spawner. And they all just so happen to be within, like, you know, 30 blocks of each other. It's actually pretty nuts. Building this is actually one of the things I'm most proud of in this world. I've never found a triple spawner, so the ability to actually find one and build one was pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to head back on up and head back to the spawn village. So we are back at the spawn village, as you can see, and we are going to head over to the nether, as I told you guys earlier. And we're going to go check out a few farms I have and the industrial area. Now, to keep this video kind of short-ish, all I'm going to be touring in this video are the builds that I have made, and in the next video, I will be touring all the builds that all the other members of the Evercraft server have made. So, this is the beginning of the nether hub. Pretty basic stuff. All the nether hub rooms do have a way to get on top of the nether. If you get in that minecart and hop out, you will be on top of the nether roof, and then to get back down, all you have to do is get over this spot, log out, and you will pop right back down to this spot here. Pretty pointless feature, but it is something that I added just because it's cool. Alright, so we're going to fly on down this way to the raid farm and guardian farms. So this first one is my guardian farm. Alright. So the guardian farm isn't much at the moment. As a matter of fact, I haven't even drained the temple yet. But by the 2000 day video, I hope to have drained the temple and have decorated this area, like you see was on my to-do list at my house. Now, this is a very, very, very basic guardian farm. All it does is limit all their spawns to 4 very specific spots down there. And all you got to do to turn this farm on is flip a lever and stand on the trapdoor. I won't stick at this farm too long just because, you know, I don't feel like I really need to explain too much about it. They die, things come up, I get experience, and the drops all get sorted into the chests. Alright, we are back in the nether, and we are on the way to the next farm. Just keep on flying down the rail here. You eventually get to this nether portal, which is the raid farm. Now, the raid farm might be the biggest farm I've built so far in the server. There we go. Alright, so if we look way up, most of the farm's up there. So technically this is a two-part farm. Down here at the bottom is an ominous bottle farm. Basically, you just come on down here, you kill the villager captains by flicking on this here lever. There's not actually a captain sitting here at the moment, but that's okay because I'm not actually going to run a raid. But you kill them, and then the bottles will drop down into these chests here. And then when you do have your bottle, you come on and fly up here. Ooh, flying on mobile is so difficult. Oof. Alright, but once... What? Of course I land in here. How did this happen? Whimsy. But yeah, once you're up here, you drink your bottle, and the raid starts. They all fall down here. You tap them up and kill them, and all the drops go into this chest. This is where you get Totems of Undying, emeralds, enchanted books, all that. Nothing too crazy, but it is a pretty epic farm, if I do say so myself. Alrighty, I am just getting back to the main nether hub now, and we have another long fly ahead of us. So we are going to head to the industrial district now. In the next video, I will be showing you down both of these tunnels here. They are builds done by some of the fellow members of the server. It is the Hall of Giants and two of the members' house that's down there. But we don't got time for that in this video. Flying in the nether is difficult enough, but when you're on phone, it is even worse. Now, I've got a 2,000 block fly to go. I will cut the video now and come back when I am there. Alrighty, after a 2,000 block flight and a little bit of a run here at the end, I am here at the beginning of the industrial district. So, this first portal is to the beginning of the industrial district. It's where I'm going to build my future drown farm. I haven't built the drown farm yet, obviously, but this is where I'm going to build it so that I can get a bunch of tridents for trident killers for even bigger farms. Now, the reason I have an industrial district and why it is 16,000 blocks away from my house is because I'm going to build some big farms out here, and I don't want to lag out the server for everybody else. After I build the drown farm here, this here bridge is gonna be an aqueduct, kind of like how I'm gonna connect the triple spawner at Evercraft Village. I'm gonna do the same thing from the drown farm to the industrial district, and it's gonna look really cool when it's all done. And if we take off here, you can see that I have built the bridge all the way over to my industrial district, which is a huge... Oh my god, this gap is huge. I don't really want to land because it's nighttime and I don't really have any torches down there. But as you can see, I have leveled out this huge area for a bunch of massive redstone farms in the near future, which I am super excited for. And while I'm out here, I may as well explain to you some of the future projects that I plan on for this world. So I'm going to build a farming town and a redstone city out here in the industrial district. Out here in the flat plains, I'm going to build a big farming town, agriculture. They're going to, grow, carrots and potatoes and wheat. And it's going to be, a big farming town with a grain mill and all that type of stuff. Now, out here in the hills, in the birch forest and the rivers, I'm going to build a massive redstone city. And it's going to be super high-tech and all industrial. It's going to look awesome. Futuristic. It's going to be the bee's knees. But the reason that I'm telling you this is because Farmville, the town I'm going to build over there, and Red City, the city I'm going to build over there, they're going to be at war. They're going to be fighting over control of the industrial district. Red City is going to be on their own in the fight, and Farmville is going to be teamed up with Evercraft Village to take down the evil dictators of Redstone City. I know none of it's built yet, and it probably sounds wacky, but hey, gotta have an imagination, right? Well, I've pretty much showed everything in this part of the map that I've done so far. I'm gonna cut the video now back to the home village, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, I have made it back to the Hobbit Hole from the industrial district. I ran out of rockets on the way and had to ride the rails, but we did make it back finally in the end. But we have actually covered pretty much everything that I have built so far in the server. The next video I'm going to cover everything that all the other members have built in the video. Pretty much the only thing I haven't covered so far is this island. And this island is just going to be the future home of the Evercraft Museum. Yeah. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for part 2. And you guys have a great one. Bye-bye.